Good morning, my dear students, dear colleagues. My name is Хайруллина А.Б. I am a teacher of English language at Nazarbayev Intellectual School from A.B. And we are going to start our online lesson. So, before starting the lesson, I'd like to show you the video. Your task is to watch the video and guess the topic of today's lesson. Let's start.
Suddenly, the entire slope gives way. There's no outrunning the monster as tons of snow come crashing down the hill at over 150 miles per hour. The image is unmistakable. Lightning is one of the most incredible natural phenomena.
Over the past 100 years, no other natural disaster in the U.S. has caused more death and destruction than floods. They can happen any place, any day, any time.
So, you have watched the video. And my question is, what is the topic of today's lesson? Have you guessed the topic? I want you to discuss with your partner about the theme of today's lesson. So, what is it? Good of you. The topic of today's lesson is natural disasters. So, okay, we have learned so many words about natural disasters, and today I hope that you remember some of them. What do you know about natural disaster? Discuss with your partner and give me the answer, please. So, okay. What are the types of natural disaster, you remember? It is a volcano, then tsunami, good of you, and snowstorm, excellent, okay, good of you. So let me give you the objectives of today's lesson, what we will do. Today, we are going to, first, learn the new words and match them with their meanings and pictures. Number 2, read the text and learn about the types of different natural disasters. Number 3, use the information from the text for discussion. Number 4, listen to the reports and answer the questions. Number 5, revise modal verbs must and mustn't to make up the instructions. And the last, to discuss how to behave in emergency situations. Let's start our lesson with reading. But before, I want you to answer the questions. The first question is, what is this text about? Your task is to read the text with your partner and discuss. Number 2, choose the correct title for the text. Is it A? Earthquake is the most powerful natural disaster. Or it can be B, types of natural disasters and their consequences. Or C, how to survive during natural disasters. So let's start reading in order to answer these questions. Let me read the text for you. Every day we hear about disasters that happen all over the world. They damage houses, destroy fields, kill animals and people, but we can survive whatever the weather if we are together. Examples of such natural disasters are earthquakes, tsunamis, droughts, floods, volcanoes, avalanches, tornadoes, and storms. One common natural disaster is earthquake. Most earthquakes occur on the plane boundaries of Earth's crust, where the plates are moving relative to one another. For humans, earthquakes can be deadly, striking without warning and making buildings collapse. But despite their power, they are less dangerous than wildfires. This is because earthquakes don't do much damage in the open. Tsunami. Tsunami is another common natural disaster. Earthquakes happen in the ocean floor as well as on land. The shock waves ripple up and down through the water, pushing up enormous waves called tsunamis. Hurricanes are tropical storms with strong winds. They start at sea and can travel a long distance. They have different names in different places. For example, hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean, or typhoons in the Pacific Ocean, tropical cyclones in the Indian Ocean and around Australasia. Tornadoes are common in parts of the USA, Australia, and Japan. Scientists can usually track hurricane, but they can't stop it. Flood. Flood is natural disaster when the water in rivers, lakes, and ocean rises above its normal level and goes onto the land. If there is a lot of rain or very strong winds, floods can happen. For example, some rivers in Bangladesh or India flood every year. People expect it, so there is no any panic. When the floods go down, there are lots of minerals in the soil. They can grow good plants. When the floods are a surprise, many people can drown. Every year, people lose their houses and furniture. There are often flood warnings on the radio. And another natural disaster is drought. It is the absence of water for a long period of time at a place where it is considered not normal compared to its usual conditions. So we have read the text, the whole text. Let's back to the questions. Question number 1 was, what is this text about? So here the answer. The text is about different types of natural disasters, such as earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, droughts, and etc. I hope that your answers are the same as mine. And the next question was, choose the correct title for the text. So, what is the answer? The answer is B. The title of the text is The Types of Natural Disasters and Their Consequences. Keep up the good work. Let's continue our work. So, next task is to look at the sentences from the text and write true or false. Discuss the answer with your partner. And if the sentence is false, you should give me the correct answer. So look at the first sentence. Earthquakes are more dangerous than wildfires. Is it really true? The next. In order to survive in natural disaster, we should hide alone in our shelters. Do you think that it's true? Question number 3. Tsunami is a disaster that happens on the land. The next, hurricane is a tropical storm with strong winds. And the last 2 sentences. Drought is a disaster when the water rises above its normal level. When the floods go down, there are lots of minerals in the soil. Let me repeat the task. You should give me the correct answer and write if the sentence is true or false. So let's check your answers. I hope that you have finished. Sentence number 1. In order to survive in natural disaster, we should hide alone in our shelters. Of course it's false. But what is true? Okay, the answer is we will survive whatever the weather if we are together. Good of you. The next sentence. Earthquakes are more dangerous than wildfires. Of course it is false, because earthquakes are less dangerous than wildfires. The third sentence, tsunami is a disaster that happens on the land. It is false, as you see. But what is true? The correct sentence is, tsunami is a disaster that happens on the sea. The next sentence, hurricane is a tropical storm with strong winds. This sentence is correct. Good of you. The next, drought is a disaster when the water rises above its normal level. It is false, because drought is the absence of water for a long period of time. Good of you. The next, when the floods go down, there are lots of minerals in the soil. It is true. So, good job, good of you. And now, here you can see some words, some new words from the text. Our task is to match these words with their synonyms. We continue working in pairs. So, I think that in order to do this task, we need to revise the sentences with these words. For example, occur. Most earthquakes occur on the plate boundaries of the Earth's crust. What does occur mean? Let me take a pencil, and your task is to match with me. Let's go. Is it faint? No, I think. Follow. According to our sentence, it's not correct. Occur is D. Happen. Do you have the same answer? So the next, number 2, is collapse. Let me read you the sentence. For humans, earthquakes can be deadly, striking without warning and making building collapse. Collapse means faint. Good. The next, Number 3 is damage. What is damage? Let me read you the sentence again. This is because earthquakes don't do much damage in the open. In this case, damage means destroy. The right variant is F. The next is ripple up and ripple down. It's also possible. What is it? So the waves ripple up and down through the water. Well done. It is B. Ripple up means flow. Track. I think most of the students know, because we also have Russian variant of this word. Yeah, track. And track is follow. Good. The sentence is, scientists can usually track hurricanes, but they can't stop them. And the last is soil. The sentence is, when the floods go down, there are lots of minerals in the soil. Or also, you can say there are lots of minerals in the ground. This is the right variant. So, occur means happen, collapse means faint, damage, destroy, ripple up, flow up, track is to follow, soil is ground. Good? Good job. Thank you very much. Let's continue our lesson. In our world, we face lots of natural disasters. And I wanted you to know the name of these natural disasters. And in the text we have some highlighted words. Our task is now to read these highlighted words, find them from the text and read them, okay? So let's start. There are earthquakes, tsunamis, volcano, drought, hurricane, flood, avalanche, storm, and tornado. So let's repeat after me. Let's start. Earthquakes, earthquakes, tsunami, tsunami, volcano, volcano, drought, drought, hurricane, hurricane, flood, flood, avalanche, avalanche, storm, storm, tornado, tornado. So good of you. Then for the next task I want to divide you into groups of 3. Let them be group A, group B and group C. Your task is to match our new words with the given pictures, okay? Before, let me show you these pictures. What can you see in picture number 1? You can see the plant and the field, yes? Okay. Picture number 2. The road. The road. The next, picture number 3. This is a helicopter and water is everywhere. The next, strong wind. Picture number 5. This is a mountain. You can see fire. The next is strong wind, car. The next, houses and cars are under the snow. In the next picture, again water. You can see cars. in the sea, yes? And last is mountains and snow. Our task is to name all of these pictures. Work in groups. Take 2 minutes to finish this exercise. So, what are the answers? Are you ready to check? Okay, let's check all together. Let's go. The first picture. Yes, it is storm. Good of you. What about next? Mountain, snow. It is avalanche. The next. Yes, this is a drought. The next is flood, as you see. What is next? This is earthquake. Good. The next is a tsunami. Mountain with fire, it's volcano, or also we can say volcanic eruption. It is also possible. The next picture is hurricane. And the last is a tornado. Good job. You have worked very hard. So, let's continue our task. For the task is to read the questions and find the answer. You can see 3 variants, and your task is to guess. For one right answer, you will be given 1 star. The first question, the first sentence. A large slide of snow or earth down a slope. And 3 variants: avalanche, earthquake, or flood. What is correct? Discuss with your group. Have you discussed? Let's check the answer. What is it? Good. It is an avalanche. 1 star. Good of you. The next sentence. A shaking of the ground caused by friction between the tectonic plates. And also, here you can see 3 variants. A. Hurricane. B. Flood. C. Earthquake. And it was the definition of earthquake. Good job. The next. When normally dry land is submerged with water. What is it? A. It is a tsunami. B. It is a flood. C. It is a snowstorm. And the right answer is, let's check your answer. B. Flood. You are right. The next sentence. An organized rotating storm that forms in or near the tropics. And also 3 variants: earthquake, hurricane, and drought. The picture is given to help you. And the answer is hurricane. Good of you. The next sentence. A storm characterized by high winds. A. Tornado. B. Storm. C. Drought. What is correct? It is A. Tornado. And the next, an opening in the Earth's crust through which lava, ash and gases are ejected. Here you can see also 3 variants. There are avalanche, or snowstorm, or volcano. What is correct? And the correct answer is C, volcano. Good of you. The absence of water for a long period of time. Is it a drought? Or maybe flood? Or storm? Discuss with your group and give me the right answer. And the right answer is A, drought. A natural disaster characterized by strong winds accompanied with rain, snow, and often with thunder and lightning. And last 3 variants: tsunami, storm, or hurricane. What is it? It is storm. So, well done, good of you. In our life, we face many types of natural disasters. So, remember the words by heart, okay? And right now, I want to show you the report of our local TV. Your task is to listen very carefully and answer the following questions after the listening. Questions are: what natural disaster is it? The next question: when is it happening? And the last: what kind of problems do people face in this video? So it's time to listen.
Live report from October. The temperature is minus 30 degrees. Very unusual natural condition here in these places in April. Last time we were watching the snowfall in November 1992. Look what is happening. The roads are closed. We have no any opportunities to go by car or by bus anywhere. All of the lessons at school are cancelled. The south part of the city has no electricity. How is it possible to solve this problem?
So, this was the report. Discuss the answers with your group. What are the answers? The first: what natural disaster is it? Yes, good of you, it is a storm. The next question: when is it happening? Good of you, it is happening in April. And the last question: what kind of problems do people face there? Good. The roads are closed. Southern part of the city has no any electricity. The lessons at school are cancelled. Good job. What if we face another natural disasters? For example, earthquake, that is a common phenomenon for many countries, for Kazakhstan as well. We need to follow special rules in order to survive. What modal verbs do we use while giving instructions? There are must and must not. You are going to listen to the instructions of the student from the 7th grade and make notes what we must do in the earthquake using must and mustn't modal verbs in groups. Let's start.
As soon as you listen on the radio that is going to be an earthquake, get ready for it in advance. The first, keep the stock disaster, because in an emergency situation, many things such as water and electricity that we take for granted may not be available. Ensure the survival prepare the supplies of food, water and other necessary resources. In addition to food and water, include in it the list of following things. The first aid kit. If we are injured, we will need this. And water, rucksack, flashlights, simple warm clothing, blanket, and whistle. Keep it on an easily accessible place which whole family need to know, and good luck to everybody.
It's okay. Have you made up the sentences, the instructions? Here I want to give you some possible answers. Let's compare the answers together. Compare my answers with your answers. First of all, we must keep the stock disaster. Also, we must prepare the flashlight. The third, we must put all of the necessary medicine to the first aid kit in advance. 4, if we know about the earthquake in advance, we must prepare enough money. Of course, we must take the warm clothing and put them to our rucksack. And last, we must prepare warm blankets. Do you have the same answers? Good of you. The reaction of people in the earthquake can be totally different. The next task, watch the video and find the mistakes made by students there. It's also group work. Let's start. Okay, what are the main mistakes of students in this video? What are your answers? Let's compare your answers with my sentences. First, there is a panic. Yes. The girls are opening the door. It's a big mistake, yes. One girl starts collecting her things in the earthquake. Of course, it's a big mistake. And 2 students are calling their parents. Okay, of course there are mistakes. But now I want you to work in groups and discuss how it is necessary to act if you are in a building when earthquake starts. I hope that you have discussed and you are ready to give me your answers. But now I want to show you the video to compare your answers with it. How is it is necessary to act when earthquake starts in a building. I think that you made some other variants how to survive in the earthquake in a building, but this is one of the variants, okay? So, but you did well and worked very hard. We are going to finish our lesson, and I'd like you to answer the next questions. First, what do you like most about the lesson, and what would you like to know? Write them down and give me these answers. So, I want to give you the home task for the next lesson. You continue working in groups. Think over what people have to do if there are floods for group A, hurricane for group B, and snowstorms for group C. And your task is to write a poster about what to do and use your imagination. So that is all. Thank you very much for the lesson. See you very soon. Goodbye.